Why do people believe fake news? In this video, we're going to look at 6 reasons why people might believe fake news. Some of these reasons are linked to our use of technology, and some are linked to how our minds work, along with some societal factors. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is defined as processing information by looking for or interpreting information that is consistent with one's existing beliefs. This means we are much more likely to believe something if it is in line with our existing beliefs. For example, if you believe that a certain organisation is bad, you are more likely to dismiss any stories which disagree and show them in a positive light, and more likely to believe stories which share and reinforce your existing views. Cognitive bias. Cognitive bias is defined as a pattern of selectively processing emotional information in one's environment. Cognitive bias can make us very vulnerable to fake news in the following areas: attention, interpretation, and memory. If we're anxious about something, such as knife crime, we interpret everything related to that issue through this anxiety and only remember the negative stories. We ignore more balanced, nuanced, and positive stories. People can use this bias to manipulate us. They will post stories, sometimes exaggerated or fake, that focus on issues we are worried about. This can then be used to manipulate how we behave or vote. Partisan news. Both confirmation and cognitive bias can be used by partisan news agencies, who are media companies in print or online who are explicitly in favour of one political party or agenda. They report the news through the prism of their own political viewpoint rather than attempt to be dispassionate, fair to all sides, and non-judgmental. Examples of this include Fox News and Russia Today. Post-truth. You should also be aware of the phenomenon of post-truth, which is defined as a culture in which appeals to emotion tend to prevail over facts and logical arguments. This is particularly apparent in political rhetoric, where the public are offered alternative facts or are only given data that supports a particular viewpoint and all other evidence is ignored or dismissed. This is often combined with emotional appeals and a simplification of complex issues. Echo chamber. An echo chamber is defined as an environment, especially on a social media site, in which any statement of opinion is likely to be greeted with approval because it will only be read or heard by people who hold similar views. The best example of this is Twitter. Twitter users self-select who they are associated with, so when they tweet, these will often be seen by people who share their views. This will generally result in a positive response to their opinion, thus validating their view. When they look to see what other people's opinions on topics are, they will generally be very similar to their own. When people express views that don't align to their own, they may feel that they should unfollow or even block the individual or organisation that has espoused this view. Filter bubble. The term filter bubble was coined by Eli Pariser and refers to a unique universe of information for each of us, which fundamentally alters the way we encounter ideas and information. In December 2009, Google began customizing its search results for all users so that news content, amongst other things, becomes personalized based on the collection of your search history and data analysis. This means that as users, the way we consume information and news has changed. News in the outside world is being filtered so that only news that reflects our worldview is directed towards us. You can see this in action on your YouTube feed. YouTube uses Google's algorithms to provide you with recommended videos to watch based on the videos you have previously viewed. For more information, head to the Fake News Guide on the Manchester Met Library website.